New Year's Day, actually New Year's Eve, sorry, 2021. Got Brandon Buckner here in the boat with me. We're fishing a lot bigger tournament than I figured would be here today. Several boats. But it's going to be tough, cold, muddy, tough. It's not muddy, it's actually a lot nicer than I figured it would be. Boat number 11, we're gonna go around here and see if we can catch 5 by 3 and hammer them up. I don't know what Brandon's planning on throwing, but I'm gonna start off putting a crankbait in my hand, see what happens. 48, water temperature is gradually coming up as my transducer is acclimating to the temperature. Surface temperature right now is almost 49 degrees, which is 2 degrees warmer than it was at Grayson the other day. But we're gonna put the old Stratus in the wind, baby. See if we can't go and catch us a win. How about that? What do you think, Brandon?
Hey, we need to dub.
Yeah, let's end this year like we want to start next year. And that's fishing, and that's guaranteed going to happen. So let's get it.
That's a life of a fisherman you wouldn't understand. Something you can't feel on dry land. Gotta get your arms way up in a cage and set the hook on smallmouth bass, and then you'll understand. Gotta get your hands on a Shimano reel and a G-Loomis rod. I bet you like what you feel. Step on the deck, give it a whirl. Hello, welcome to my world.
Well, you may buy me one more rod.
You think I believe that?
That's what Katie said. She said, just shut up. While you're ahead, just shut up. I had 17 rods and reels in my boat one time. Yeah. I broke down to about 12.
Got one. Not a keeper. Not a keeper, but he's gonna he's gonna get the day started.
Skunk off the boat.
Easy, bud. Jeez. Look at that.
He's ready to go.
Joker. Man, they're gonna have to get a lot bigger than that, but hey man. New Year's Eve, I keep saying day, New Year's Day, out here fishing a tournament. And man, I'll take that. First fish on a crankbait. I want to think that's one of the first fish I've caught on a crankbait all year. Slow rolling this crankbait around some timber. See if we can't find one that's got some shoulders to it doing the same thing by 3 o'clock today.
Ain't no way you get this thing back.
Never know.
I think about that second cast, and we're going to lose $25.
Nah, we're gonna get that thing back.
Well, I can promise you this, buddy. I'm not going to go swimming for it.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be a little tilly. Back door where this little one's living, maybe I'll. Oh, look at him.
Oh, I wasn't even trying.
Oh. Dude.
That's 13.
What is it?
That's 13 inches. Get closer.
Number 2, off the same. Brandon just got hung up there on where I just caught that first one at with his A-rig. So I decided I was going to make another cast here on this bank and caught another one. Maybe these fish are really shallow. Mark a couple catches up there on the old angler bullseye. They've done a lot of work to the angler app lately. Yeah, the user interface looks way better. They've made it to where you can like tag who you're fishing with and like it's pretty cool, man.
I haven't been on there in a while. be honest with you, I just keep hitting the tape.
I run it no matter if I got the bullseye or not. Just like checking out the data. I'm back in the saddle again. All right, now. Holy. Huge difference in a freaking new Corrado 70 and then throwing it on that chronometer. Got chronometer right there. About come over here on the arc, I think. What we're fishing right now is up in a creek here. Water temperature is getting a little, it's actually getting a little cooler as we go up, about a degree cooler when we started. But we're fishing some hard bottoms. You guys heard me talk about in the last episode that I like to fish hard bottoms in wintertime. And we're throwing crankbaits. Brandon's throwing a spinnerbait here in this timber. There's a ton of flooded timber here in this. So I was expecting the water to be a lot more dirty and dingy than it is. It's the reason we started up in here in this creek, because I figured it was going to be muddy, but the water looks phenomenal. There's plenty of, I mean, the clarity's great. Hear a lot of people running, which is either a good thing or a bad thing. Like I said, bigger tournament I thought was going to show up here New Year's Day, but I've caught two on a crankbait, little dinks, 12, 13 inches, and they were on the exact same spot, which, I mean, there was something there that was holding them. There's another one, little baby. All these fish have been very, very shallow. Mark it up here on the old angler bullseye. I got this hoodie, or this toboggan on right now. Can't tell me Corrado DCs don't allow you to cast a little farther. Throwing freaking, basically a frittside 5 all the way to the bank. Stupid.
Had to stop her short.
That's right. And look at this.
Good God.
That's stupid, isn't it?
She's gone.
God, it's such a beautiful day out here. December 31st. We're doing a little fish. Super slick now. Just, there's one. Literally just picked this crankbait back up. They're gonna have to get a lot bigger than that one, boys and girls. But that's 4, I think. The old Matt Robertson hat on. Getting a little warmer out here. Mark it on the old Angler app. These are not keepers by any means at all. So I don't have to worry about probably asking yourself, why am I marking these fish? Well, it's all about seeing what the water temperature and stuff is later on when I'm actually digging through this stuff. Cool thing about the Angler app is that, you know, you can go through and I don't know what it weighed. I'm gonna say 0.5, probably half a pound. I didn't measure it, but I'd say it's probably 12 inches. I'd say keeper on the river. It just gonna put, you can choose the gear here that you want. If you have the stuff set up as far as your tackle and stuff, you can dig through there and add what you want. In this case, I don't have my stuff set up right now. And then I'm just gonna hit save and then done. Marked there. So, well, that's number 4. No keepers, but we'll take it. Yeah, you got him one. Man, the dinks are chewing today.
Yeah. I still think I've got the smallest of the day, but
We gotta chronicle it, bud, on the old angler app here.
that one's a good
Hammer time.
7.5.
Yeah. We'll have to make that a 1/4 pound.
Hey,
That's a
yeah.
1/4 pounder with cheese, about 8.
Hey, we could have sold that at McDonald's for like $5.
Guarantee it. Guys, crankbait here at Yatesville Lake, proven to be fairly productive. We haven't caught a single keeper. I think the biggest one we caught is probably 13 inches. You gotta be 15 out here to keep it. Unless it's a spotted bass, and it's 12 inches, but I don't think I've ever caught a spotted bass out here. You catch several of them at Grayson. It is legal for you to keep a 12-inch spotted bass on Kentucky lakes. Normally it's 15-inch slot limit, and out here at Yatesville, man, it's proven tough to catch one. The small fish are chasing these crankbaits, and you know, we're just using some really popular spring collars. But so far, man, we got 5 fish. Dinks, but we're on them. Maybe, kinda. No, not really, but I need the old Matt Robertson off 'em hat. That way I can, you know, switch back and forth. It's kinda like a light switch.
Cornico. This bait right here.
Oh. Golly. Lowered the boom on that. So that one there's fairly deep too. Oh nope, I think I can see it.
Just for shits and giggles.
That's right.
Won't cast out in the river.
Chalk another one up for the old plug knocker.
Thing's worth its weight in gold.
Good God. Rain here soon. That'd be insult to injury, wouldn't it?
Be rough, but
I mean, I got plenty of gear in here, but I don't think you brought any rain gear with you, did
I don't know, man.
you? Dude, that's what you should be saving up for between now and March when you start fishing again, dude. It's so nice, man.
I told her I was gonna buy me 100-mile-an-hour suit.
Dude, they're super nice. No, but guys, don't tell Misty, but I just grabbed her rod and caught a fish on a Ned rig. This is that new Do It mold, the Midwest Finesse jig, the wireless or the weedless one. But I just stole her rod because that was the only one that was in here. Sorry, Misty. Love you. right in between where we caught those other ones. I'm looking right here on the angler app. So I ain't scared to go back and forth on the bank, but it's draining.
Better one?
This is a fish, it's a big one. It's a stick. Stick.
Okay. Let's go. Remember, I'm
Look, I caught my first stick fish.
yeah. Wow.
Jeez.
Never had that.
Me either. All right, guys. Pink Ned rig. Boys, oh boy. I've caught 3 fish. We've got 7 fish on this bank right here and left it like a, I don't know. All right, so here's the long and short of this thing. Picked up Misty's rod. I got the Midwest Finesse weedless head on here with a Victory hook, which is actually a little bent. Oh crap, sorry, let's not hit this tree and then I'll tell you what the deal is. So usually in this boat, I got about 9,000 Ned rig worms. Today, I got one. So, I don't know. That's the way it goes, man. Ned rigs, catching them. We caught some on crankbaits earlier today in the same stretcher bank. But steeper here, 30 foot of water right off the bank. They seem to be staging right on these steeper banks. The weather conditions have changed drastically since we came out here. It was fairly warm this morning, probably 50 degrees when we took off, 45 maybe. The sun started popping out, started catching some fish on crankbaits, and then it just went freaking cold. So I decided to pick up this Ned rig, just for the simple fact is that it's really the only finesse bait that I have in here, and I literally just have one. I have a ton of heads, but I don't think I have any more worms other than this one. But I've caught 2 fish on it, literally in about 50 feet. And that's way better than we were doing a second ago, so stay tuned, sports fans. Man, things are chewing. Lost the Ned rig worm I had a second ago. Borrowed a Red Craw off of Brandon back there. I'll tell you one thing, Brandon, I was working that one like it was running and got hit on that one. But guys, we found one little hot bank here. While we're motoring up here, I'm gonna fish it one more time. We got about 35-40 minutes to fish for the tournament here. The 2 major players today, and we didn't catch a keeper, not yet anyway. I caught 2 fish on a Ned rig on a pink one, and as I told you guys a second ago, it's the only one I have. So I borrowed a Ned, it's a Z-Craw, this is a Ned Craw, or a Craw Z, Craws. Anyway, it's a Z-Man Ned Craw with the Do It Midwest Finesse head here that's weedless. That was one of the baits we caught some of the fish on, but the biggest player today has definitely been the frittside crankbait. And it's over here. This is a player earlier, this frittside 5. Got a lot of fish on it earlier. They just seemed to stop biting it. I think they started going deeper. Fish are still there, but they were going deeper than what we were fishing with this thing. I think the key is some having the wintertime and the spring, having a flat bait like this adds a lot tighter wobble. Also, you know, it's the first time I fished red in the fall or the winter. Just because I don't fish the winter that often. But it seemed to, you know, we caught 12 fish so far today. It wasn't an absolute bust, but weather pattern's been weird, man. It's got warm and cold 100 different times a day. Water temperature has been about 47, 48 all day. But we're gonna fish this one more bank. Same fish, same bank we've caught every fish on today. We haven't caught another fish because we haven't fished anywhere else. Seem to be on steeper banks you know, coming off the steeper banks, coming into 22 to 25 foot of water. Seems to be where the fish are holding at, but I think they're shallow, but they're on those really steep banks. So as again, you guys heard me talk about on my show a lot, so they can just, you know, not expend a ton of energy to go up and down the water column just by inflating or deflating their swim bladder and not have to do a ton of work. We haven't caught a ton. We haven't caught even close to a keeper. I think the biggest one was probably 13 inches. But it is end of one year into the next. So I'll take it. And just like that, New Year's over, bud. Or the year is over for me. Again, me and Brandon out here doing a little fishing. Caught 12 fish altogether today. Again, frittside 5 and the Ned rig were most productive, although they weren't super productive because they were all tiny fish, but still fun. Tournament's over here at 3 o'clock. It's probably about the end already. If I can get my sunglasses on, it'll be amazing. But I'm just absolutely having a time of my life here. There we go, about time. Anyway, gonna make this cold run back to the boat ramp. We're out here, man, till next year. And I mean it when I say that. I'll be fishing next year when you see me again. Going to Lake Fork in April. If you can, get out there and lean on. We'll see you next time on the line.